Let me try to explain this. And I'm not a pro-segregationist or anything, but the truth of the matter is the definition of it meant separate but equal. Now, when you hear the extremists of back in the day, take for instance the 60s and Malcolm X, he was kind of a pro-segregationist in the fact that he wanted the black communities to stand up. And the truth of the matter is, when there was segregation, there were black dollars and there were white dollars, and they were both being fluxed into each community. But the truth of the matter is, when civil rights came out and segregation got abolished, all that money that was, particularly for both sides, each side had their own cut, it was kind of infused together. And that's where a little bit of confusion comes in. And then you had the leaders come up, and there were then the race baiting it went on, and the radicalization, the racism, it just became a hot mess. And when you hear people today kind of talk in a quasi-positive light about Jim Crow and some of the isms that went on back in the day as far as the family goes, in a lot of ways they're right. I mean, a lot of black families in particular were self-efficient, and they promoted, two-parent values and family values, and, working hard and becoming, your own person. And a lot of that has gotten kind of eroded over the years, and there's a lot of finger pointing going on, especially towards the white community. It's a little exaggerated, and a lot of leftist leaning schools keep that aggravation going even decades later. It's not progressive. It's not forward thinking by any stretch. It's a way of just continuing to divide, to have the race hustlers still up on top, doing their thing. It's all the white man's fault. There's no accountability. There's no finger being pointed, inward, always just out. It's always somebody else's fault, someone other race's fault. The whiter it is, the more wrong it is. Things of this nature, a lot of them have gotten away from Christianity. There's a lot of so-called intellectual agnostics, too smart to believe in God or Jesus. Just it's getting awful. And I just wanted to throw that out there. Not that I'm a pro-segregationist by any stretch. I'm not. But there's just some of the things that happened that ended up like a domino effect. And there has been a lot of problems since the civil rights movement. It ended up having its own kind of self-wounding, so to speak. I just wanted to throw that out there.